Thank you so much, everyone, from joining us around the world. Johannes said a moment ago, we can't see everybody because the screen goes about 4 times because there are over 70 people with us. And the fact that everyone joins from this all around the world in this incredibly important time, not only the holiday of Hanukkah, but as your beautiful prayer alluded to a moment ago, standing together during tragedy. It means so much. It really does. I know to all of us here at the Jewish Agency and the support for the Jewish people around the world. Hanukkah is a celebration, but as we know, life is complicated. And at the same time, there's happiness and sadness. And when we have sadness, it doesn't distract us from also celebrating, because when we celebrate things that are important to us. So while we do have our celebration, of course, we keep the families and the community in mind. And the fact that everyone's here together with us at this moment really means so much. So for the next few minutes together, we're going to have a few things to share before we get to our Hanukkah lighting. And Johannes is also prepared with his as well. And I want to update you on some miraculous things that are happening here in Israel and the work of Aliyah that Ebenezer helps us at the Jewish Agency. But before that, I brought along a special guest who is also somewhat of a hero in my mind, because he made a decision to make Aliyah and come to Israel just 6 months ago. And he comes from France. And one of the reasons why we invited an Oleh, someone who moved to Israel from France, to share a story, is because I know France is very much in the hearts of Ebenezer. And Ebenezer helps us so much in France and Aliyah from France. And I thought it would be just beautiful for you to hear, just for a few moments, a real life story of someone who is a beneficiary from your support and your love. So Alvin will share for a few minutes. I invited him to join us. A little bit about what life was like in France before you made Aliyah, and what made you decide that you want to make your new home here, and how you're coming along and acclimating here in Israel. So Alvin, please.
Hi everyone. Thank you very much, Jay. Thank you very much for everyone. My name is Alvin. I'm from France, and I did Aliyah 5-6 months ago. Because first I was in France, and first of all, also professionally was not my the things I expect, and also because of 7 October happens, and a lot of things change in France, a lot of things change in the world. I think for everyone who loved Israel, and also for the Jews, and a lot of things change, and it was the the starting of and I think to move to Israel, and and I and I start to do my to do the, how can I say, the process to go to and do you hear me? Sorry, because my
We're getting stalled a little bit, but so far we heard
okay.
that October 7th impacted you and impacted the Jews in France. Did you experience any anti-Semitism or see things in the community there?
No, the atmosphere was really bad in France. A lot of things changed. I lost friends, supposed to be friends. I lost a lot of people around, and I decided to move in Israel because I took that it was the best. It was a good opportunity to, also because of what's happened in Israel. I took it was very a very good opportunity, I think, to also help the country, because I wanted to also help the country. I don't want I didn't want to also be in Israel and be in security or things like that. To help the country, and so I started the process, and 6 months ago, and I also wanted to say also um,
I'm
that
just going
when
to pause
I
you for a
went,
moment, Alvin,
oh,
because you went in and out a little bit. But
sorry,
I want to point out that Alvin is one of the thousands of people who
oh,
decided, even after October 7th, even after the terrible day here in Israel, that they still want Israel to be their home. And if I'm not mistaken, Alvin, he came to Israel right after the Iran-Israel war. So right when we had that even more difficult time,
exactly.
when we were in our shelters, for a few days, that's exactly the moment that Alvin came. Go ahead.
With Iran, I was so frustrated that not to be in Israel, even with uh, even with the war with Iran, I was so frustrated, and I wanted to be in Israel and really help the country. And I did really quickly to do the process and go in Israel to be my family.
So Alvin is currently one of
It,
our Aliyah centers that we have around the country that help new Olim learn Hebrew, help new Olim understand how to live in Israel and be their first home. So Alvin, maybe share with us how it's going in Renana, the city in which you live, in the Aliyah Center.
yeah. Oh, this is a great place. I am in the absorption center, and this is the best place I could ever come because the people here are really kind, really good, and I'm learning Hebrew here, and I get integrated into the country more easily with people and here the Makasvita, the absorption center. Yeah.
So this is your first Hanukkah here in Israel. They have any special celebrations in the center or in the city you live?
Yeah, there is a lot of every holiday, every holiday. It was Simchat Torah. We did Simchat Torah. Now we are doing Hanukkah. We are lighting the candles. Um, um, Also, we are doing tune. Also, we are doing like a trip around the country. We are doing a lot of things. We are going to Masada. Also, this is a big how can I
Very
say the
nice,
big
very nice. And as Alvin said
yeah.
before, New Olim who come, they want to help the country. So Alvin has, if I'm not mistaken, a very interesting or specific career or path that you're leading to and going in. You want to share a little bit about that, about the sports and the boxing?
Yeah. So sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Share about the your sports and boxing career that you've bringing to Israel.
Yeah. Uh, Also in France, I'm still, but in France, I was a coach. I'm a boxing coach from Paris. Um, I'm also sports strength and conditioning coach. So I used to teach boxing and sports to a lot of boxers and champions. So I decided to move also to Israel to teach boxing and to teach sport to everyone. And this is what I do here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Alvin, thank you so much. I want you to know that all the
Thank,
people around the world are praying not only for you but for all the Olim to come to Israel and have had helped us make it come to fruition. So,
thank you,
on
thank you very
behalf of
much, everyone.
everybody, wish you much success. And
Thank you
Behatzlacha,
very
as they
much.
say, and Hanukkah Sameach.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jay, and thank you very much, everyone.
Great, great. So, in addition to that, we recently got other historic news, what we like to consider of biblical proportions, because every time there's a new group of lost Jews that come back to Israel, it's biblical prophecies coming to fruition. So, I wanted to share with you some of that good news. I'm sharing a short PowerPoint. Hopefully, you can see it. And this is the Aliyah of Bnei Menashe. So Bnei Menashe are the lost tribe of Menashe, who we believe 2,000 years ago separated when we had the lost tribes that you read about in the Bible. So their origins come from that tribe. And although they have lived in parts of northern India and have traveled, got there through going through Persia and Afghanistan and other countries, when they finally arrived to where they're living, where they are now, for over 2,000 years, they've kept their Jewish traditions. So even though, yes, they have gotten parts of Indian tradition and the local culture, they have linked themselves back generation from the Jewish people. So we have right now a humanitarian emergency aliyah because of the war and the dangers that are taking place right now in India. The state of Israel, together with the Jewish Agency, has put this as a priority, imperative to bring them to Israel. And over the next 5 years, we expect to bring 5,000 of the lost tribe back here. They will be joining a few thousand that have already come over the last number of years. And this is part of the Aliyah process that we believe is a biblical prophecy coming to life. Our role in this is, first of all, we travel to India. We just had our first delegation there for 2 weeks. It was about 20 people, different rabbis, different professionals from the Jewish Agency, to go and meet the community. And this is a community that when they saw that now the Jewish Agency is going to bring their aliyah to fruition, it was literally a miracle. This is what they've been praying for and waiting for many years, for many generations. Then we have the whole process of bringing them to Israel and the flights and getting them here. And then we have the process of absorption, just like Alvin mentioned a moment ago, that his Aliyah Center is the best place to live and it fits what he needs. We're now developing centers that Bnei Menashe, those from India, will be living in. So they too will be able to learn Hebrew. They too will be able to learn what it's needed to be successful in Israel. So we've had over 3,000 interviews so far. You know, the community of Bnei Menashe, they don't necessarily all live geographically in one place. They're very spread apart. And sometimes it's even, 15-hour journeys on very scary rides, my colleagues have told me, that to get to everybody, to make sure that whoever's eligible for Aliyah is able to get here. Our plan for this coming year, 2026, is to bring 1,200 in 2 waves, two groups. And again, having their absorption, having them live in the north in Nof HaGalil and Kiryat Yam, beautiful parts of the country that are up north. When they get here, we're going to help them with housing accommodations. We help them with professional support that they might need, mental health support they might need, of course, Ulpan to study Hebrew, financial stipends when it's necessary and they need, and of course, to continue their study of Jewish identity and what it means for them to be part of the Jewish people. Because remember, even though they have a Jewish heritage and even though they have a Jewish link, they've been separated from the main Jewish community for many years. So we have a lot we have to make up and a lot that we have to be able to teach them to make them successful here in Israel. And here's some of the beautiful faces that I wanted to share and show with you and ask you to please keep them in mind in your prayers, that they should have their successful aliyah and they should make it to Israel and really feel that after generations and generations, they're back in their biblical homelands. So I thank Ebenezer for helping us in this entire operation. and ask for you to keep them in your prayers as well, as we now turn to our celebration of Hanukkah, which is a celebration not only of miracles that took place during the story of Hanukkah, but even miracles today. And for us to see the return of this lost tribe of Menashe is certainly a miracle in our time. So I'm happy to pause for a moment if anyone wants to open up their mic and ask a question or shed a comment either about Alvin's story or about B'nai Menashe. I invite you to do so, and then we will get into a few minutes of Hanukkah together. Okay, again, I can't see everybody, so you just have to unmute your mic if you want to share something or want to ask something. No. Okay. I'm looking to see if anyone's sending me.
Jay, our people are very shy. You experienced already last month.
Okay. So we'll move along to Hanukkah, and then hopefully that will make everyone feel part of the celebration. So Hanukkah is an incredible holiday, and before we light the candles and understand what the celebration is about, I need for a moment to just take you a little bit back in history. So give me a few minutes, and then you'll understand the importance and significance of why we celebrate this holiday today. So here we go. This is the holiday of Hanukkah, and that word Hanukkah is a Hebrew word which literally means rededication. And I'll tell you exactly why that's the name of this holiday. So I'm taking you back for a moment to the Bible. The Bible, when it talks about the Israelites, discusses the main part of our worship had to do with our tabernacle, which then led into the building of the temple. So as the Israelites are traveling for 40 years in the desert, after they experienced God's revelation on Mount Sinai, we needed a place for God, so to speak, to live. So therefore, God commands us to make him a sanctuary. What we say in Hebrew, the word is mishkan, in English, tabernacle, and that's going to be a home for God. Now, that's only a temporary home because that leads us 40 years until we get to the land of Israel. And then ultimately, that turns into the building of our temple in the land of Israel. So the first temple was called Solomon's Temple for King Solomon because he's the one who built it. And it was built approximately 957, 959 BCE. So we're going back thousands of years. One of the most significant things that took place in the temple is every single day the menorah was lit. It was lit by the high priest, and all of the candles kind of shaped and went inwards a little bit towards the middle candle. And you see here the picture that I brought, that if you come visit us in Jerusalem, in the old city, you can actually see an actual replica of what the menorah is going to look like and looked like in the temple. So now we're back to our history for a moment. So we had the first temple was built, and then ultimately the first temple is destroyed, 586 BCE. The Jewish people are sent out into exile. The actually Bible predicts that it's only going to be for 70 years. And then in 70 years, we're going to come back to the land of Israel, which takes place in the book of Jeremiah. We come back from Babylonia after 70 years, and we rebuild our second temple, which is ultimately completed by 516 BCE. So we're still way back in history. Now we get to the Hanukkah story. A few hundred years after the second temple was built, now we're to 175 BCE. There's a king ruler called Antiochus, and he takes over the whole area, a Greek ruler, and he wants to promote Greek religion and culture. And he sees that the Jewish faith is a threat to Greek culture. They're at odds with each other. They don't really go together, they collide. And ultimately, he makes decrees against the Jewish people. He outlaws circumcision, Shabbat, the study of Torah, anything that's like really integral to what it means to be part of the Jewish people. He makes it against the law. And the ultimate, challenge that he gives the Jewish people, that in our holy temple, he brings a pagan sacrifice. So he takes over the temple, he defiles it, but he doesn't destroy it. It's still standing. However, inside, it's completely taken over and completely ruined. And then you have the heroes, what we call the Maccabees. These started off as a small group of Jewish leaders that they say, Mila Hashem Elai in Hebrew. Who is going to stand up and who is going to defend God? Come with us. Come with us. And this begins the revolt of Matityahu and the Maccabees who are following him. Matityahu is a priest, so the fact that our temple was taken over is very personal to him, and he wants to take it back. And he launches a war. And as the Bible describes and our sources describe, it's a small group of Maccabees against many, many, many people. Soldiers with equipment, soldiers with big animals against, small freedom fighters. But that little group of the Maccabees are able to defeat and win over the Greeks. And then the story goes as follows. They go back into the temple. So they take over, they get back into the temple. And what do they see? They see the menorah from a few slides ago. The menorah, which represents the light, which represents God's living inside of the temple. So right away, they want to light it. They want to light the menorah. So what do you need? If we read the Bible closely, you need pure olive oil. So they start searching for a pure jug of olive oil, and they can't find anything. Only one small jug of oil. That small jug of oil is only supposed to last for one day, and then the miracle of Hanukkah happens, and it lasts for 8 days. And therefore, during this time period, which begins on the same day that they lit the menorah once again in the temple, for 8 days we light our menorah. Each day we go up one candle. So on the first night we light one. Tonight, in a moment, the second night, we're going to light 2. And then it goes up and up and up until we get to the last one, number 8. So give me a moment over here. Let me make sure I position myself that you can see the menorah that I'm going to light. We make blessings over the lighting of the menorah, thanking God for the miracles that he did both in those times and in the time in which we live today. These are some of the miracles that we spoke about. The miracle of Aliyah, bringing Jews back to Israel. The miracle of the heroes. Even from Sydney, I read a story today about someone who covered over a little baby so that the baby wouldn't be killed in the gunfire and the gunshots. We saw the hero of the man who jumped on one of the gunmen and wrestled him down, not a member of the Jewish community, and wrestled him down and himself got injured, but saved countless of lives. So at the end of our menorah, we have a candle, which is sort of our helping candle. And from here, we light the other 2. I'll sing the blessings for you in Hebrew. And at the same time, you're welcome to add in your own personal prayer in your hearts. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Elokeinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu Bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Important to know that this menorah or Hanukkah is just one example. You can make them a million different ways, big, small, made out of wood, made out of glass. You can find all various kinds of designs. But I need to show you one more thing that's part of our Hanukkah story. Not sure if you've seen this. This is called a dreidel. A dreidel is like a little top that spins. And the story goes that when the Greeks had taken over and outlawed the study of Torah, so people would have to hide to study. And when the Greeks would come and try to find them, they would quickly put their Jewish books away, and they would take out a little dreidel and pretend they were just, playing the dreidel. So it spins around, and again, you can see all different kinds and shapes and sizes. You spin it, and depending on which letter it lands on, it has 4 Hebrew letters on it. Then either you take a penny from the middle or you add a penny from the middle. And of course, you want to get as many pennies as you can. And now in America, they don't even make pennies anymore. So I guess we're going to have to start using nickels or dimes or quarters to play. So I want to end by, really sharing the hope of the light. The light is representing bringing God's presence into the world, bringing good into the world. And especially during these times, it's so needed. And really, just to thank everybody for taking time to be part of this, to be part of lighting this light, and in your own ways to do whatever we can to take the darkness little by little, push it to the side, and really just have light moving forward. Okay, so Johannes, would you like to show your candles to everybody as well?
Yeah, we light on some also. We have this original Jerusalem stone Hanukkah we use here.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Great. And lastly, there's a custom to enjoy potato latkes, it's called, like little potato pancakes. Really anything that's cooked in oil. Because the way they lit, if you remember, the menorah in the temple was with oil. So we eat oily foods. So potatoes in oil, little donuts that are cooked and fried in oil, pretty much anything unhealthy that's cooked in oil, we eat on Hanukkah.